Hi there, this is Anton. Just quickly doing a demo for you on the VC Dial call center system. I'm just quickly going to log into the the admin side of things. Just quickly log in there. So this is the side where of the system where your administrators will log in to get calls, stats, reports. They can set up new campaigns, load lists, all these kind of things. So let's quickly go through a few of the things over here. This is your main screen. You'll see just a couple of quick stats over here. Agents logged in, agents in calls, active calls, and so on. There's how many users you've got, how many inactive, and so on. Yeah, just a few stats there. We can go to reports and we can go to real-time reports. See what our agents are doing. We go in here. This we can also put on a on the wall board so that it can display, and then you can see, and the managers can also see what's going on in the call center. Over here, it shows you your agents that's logged in, and they are busy on call. Some of them are busy, some of them are resting. So what this shows you is how the agent that's been in a call the longest will be at the top. It will also have the color. There's the color codes. So that one is almost 5 minutes. These ones are all also in calls. You can see that. And then these ones in the call. This one is in the disposition stage of the call. That one is dialing. It will also show you if agents are paused and not calling at the moment, and how long. And so that way you can get everything going. Let's just change this to show us every 4 seconds, so it updates a bit quicker. So at the moment you'll see that guy there. It's over 5 minutes. Nobody is resting at the moment. It's still in the morning probably, so that is why everybody is still nobody is resting yet. Okay, so yeah, basically that's what we've got on the real-time reports. There's a lot of things that you can change and customize, to show stats and so on. Let's get back to the reports. There's a lot of reports that you can pull per agent, per day, per sales, or just get reports of everything they did. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so in administration, you can go and see your users. This is where the users are set up. User stats, all these kind of things can be found there. Campaigns, so over here you can create as many campaigns as you need. You can have different ones for each product you sell, or you can have the different groups of agents working on different campaigns. They'll log into their campaign, and it's the list specifically for that campaign that will be loaded in that the list, all the numbers and stuff. You set up a campaign and you add lists. Over here you can see there's a couple of lists loaded on this client's system. You can just add and add and add lists. Whenever you get a list, you add it, and you can then activate and deactivate lists as you need them. Also, you can have a script. I'll show you in the agent screen what the scripts are all about. But you can have a script that will actually that they can read off the screen, especially for with new campaigns or new agents. They're not sure exactly. Then they've got the help of the script on the screen, where names and so on will be filled in for them, so they can just start off by reading the script and not make any mistakes. Okay, so let's get to the agent login screen. All agents will have a phone login, a user login. That means that they can actually sit anywhere in the call center and do their work. So if for some reason their PC is not working today, they can take any of the other PCs that is working. As long as they log in with their username, user login, the calls will be under their profile. So they can use any phone. They can just go to the phone, for instance, of just using 8099, extension 8099, but they can then use whatever extension that is, and they log in with their user, it will be under their name, those calls. So let's just quickly log in here. You'll see what happens is your soft phone starts to ring. You pick it up. It will just give you a message, and then you connect it. So what basically happens is you don't need a telephone, a hard telephone, to use the system. All you need is a soft phone like this, and then a headset that's plugged into the PC or the laptop. And you're going to answer this phone here once. You're not going to touch the phone again. You're not going to type in any numbers or any do anything further. So we can just minimize the soft phone. We're not going to touch that again. And what we're going to do now is on the screen here you'll see is this is where all the fields will be populated with the client's details when they do the calls. So what we do is I've set this one to manual dial. So what they're going to do is you can say lead preview, so before they do the call it will show the details of the client they're calling. And we're also going to activate the alternative phone dial, so they can use the alternative number if they need to. So when they click dial next number, first it will bring up the details, and at the top here it will say dial lead, so that they can dial, or they can dial the alternative phone number. Okay, so let's say we dial lead, and it will start to dial. I've just set this to actually ring to okay, so we'd say dial lead, and what's going to happen now is you can it will then dial, and you'll speak to the client, and he may tell you, you know what, I'm just a bit busy, can you maybe call me tomorrow at 1 o'clock? So you say no problem, you hang up the customer, and you go finish the lead. So when you finish the lead, it asks for a call disposition, and what the client wanted was a callback, and he wants it so it brings up a calendar for when the callback must be. It tells you tomorrow, so tomorrow is the 16th, and at what time? At 1 p.m. That's good. And then actually this client told us that he's interested, but he needs to talk to his wife. So we can put in here interested need to speak to wife, so that when this callback is going to come up tomorrow at 1, it will actually have a note with it that you already spoke to the client, he was interested, just needed to find out something. So we submit that, and so now what's going to happen is tomorrow at 1 o'clock a pop-up will come up here, a little blinking information that you've got a callback, and then when you click on that, you can go to your list of your callbacks, and you can then call the client back. So also what happens here is, yeah, let's just do the next lead, so I can show you another way of ending the call. So in here you've got all these fields, and let's say for instance now, of course there's a lot of fields not populated here. We can add, for instance, email address while we in the call. Okay, for instance, we can add that, and we can maybe add some comments here. Just say something like that, and then yeah, let's say we dial the lead, okay, and we speak to the customer, and he says, let's say there's yeah, this was a sale, so we hang up the call, we finish the lead. We say it's a sale made. when you say sale made, then that will go under sales for that agent, of course, and sales for the day, so you can get that on your report as well. There's just a few under busy. If you click busy, busy will recycle the lead. So all the busy leads and so on will recycle at a certain time every day, and then also go back into the queues, so that none of the leads will ever get lost or just wasted. So these just call dispositions that this can be customized. So whatever you need, dispositions you're going to use, that will program in for you. So let's just put that one on busy so it recycles that lead. So on this screen, while he's busy with the calling, he can go to the script. And over the script, if you put in a script, it will show it here. So then you can actually just read it off here if you're not sure exactly. And at the beginning of all campaigns, it's new, so they can have the whole script on the screen here as well. Now let's say the agent needs to go for a break. He wants a smoke break or go to the toilet or whatever, anything like that. He can enter a pause code. And these pause codes, maybe lunch, it's maybe a meeting they've got, tea break, toilet break, training, you can add smoke break, anything like that, so that when you get a report of what the agent did for the month, you can see how long he was on breaks and stuff like that. You can always see did he take a 3-hour lunch, or a 2-hour smoke break or something like that. What were they doing through the day and so on. And then there's also a couple of other things. There's a lot of stuff that you can activate and deactivate on the agent screens that they can use and see and not use and see. Like for instance, over here's a little agent's view, for instance, where you can see the other agents also busy in at the call center, and who's busy and who's not busy, and they're in calls, and they can see that everybody's busy, and I also want to get more sales and all these kind of things. But yeah, just a few things that there's lots and lots of features that you can add for them on the screens and so on. Of course, dialing this way, just clicking on the screen helps the agents to do it faster, more calls every day. They don't have to take the phone and type in the number, mark it off on a list, a paper list. Everything is in the system here. They just click dial, it's immediately dial. So I mean, they can do just call after call after call. If it's no answer, just mark it no answer, go to the next call, go to the next call, and you can really do a lot more calls this way. Of course, getting back to the call dispositions. For instance, if you choose not interested on on one of the numbers, then that lead will of course not be recycled. Then that one will be set to not interested, and it won't be dialed again. Okay, now to get back to the administration side of things, I just quickly want to show you on the users and what you can just quickly bring up and see what they have maybe done for the day and so on. So we go to user stats for this particular user, and you can see what how many calls he's done, what was the outcome of the calls. There's also lots and lots of stats here of everything that was done, and of course recordings for this time period. For instance, time period is only for today, that like we put in at the top there. And you can then just go and click on the link for the recording, and that's easy as that. All of the calls are there. You can just go and click on the link, and the call will start playing. That was the test calls that I did just now, so there's not much in them to hear. Let's see this one. Okay, so let's quickly see it. Yesterday we did a some recordings of Dean as well. So let's, oh, that will be under another user. But yeah, basically you get the idea. There's lots of reports you can pull. All the recordings are there, all sales. Then to quickly search for a recording, maybe if you need maybe from a number or something, we can go to find that. We go and search for a lead, and we can quickly just put in the phone number. I'll put in mine. There it is. We submit, and you can see all the calls that was made to that number. And then, of course, yeah, there's each one will have a code. We can go into any of the calls. There's all the details, and all the details of this call, when it was called, and so on and so on. And then also the recording is there. We can click on that, and the recording will play. So, yeah, of course, it was some test calls, so nothing will really play on this one. So yeah, basically that is your the VisiDial system. The calls are recorded on the server that the whole system is on. So it's one system. The system is hosted at the Teleco data center in Joburg. So that means that there will not be any power outages that will affect the system. After a power outage at the office, as soon as the phones come back online, they immediately connect to the system and everything is good to go again. So also for any remote agents and other offices, the system is always available as it is in the cloud. So all your recordings is stored on there. So you can go in and get the recordings at any time. The recordings are also backed offsite to another data center, also in South Africa. Everything is kept here, and all recordings are kept. If the recordings one day gets too big for your server, then they will be archived, but also still in South Africa on another, just to another server, and it stays there. You can then at any time go back and get in any of the recordings. There's no waiting for days or anything like that. It's quick. Like I showed you, you go in, you find the number or the agent who did the calls. You can go and listen to any of the recordings anytime. Then this system is of course cloud-based. So what it means is you can have agents working anywhere in the country. They can be in Cape Town, Durban, anywhere that you want. They can work from a house if they've got an internet connection. All they need is a laptop, internet connection, headset, and they're good to go. They can log in anywhere. They can do their work. So that the whole system is going to be, it's going to be one system that everybody logs into. All your branches everywhere, they're going to use one system. All the recordings are there immediately for everyone. You can see from your office what's going on your on all the agents everywhere. If they're logged in or not logged in, you can check. Maybe they've got like 5 people working from home. You'll be able to check up on them. Are they actually working today? And that means that you can have, you know, people at remote locations working, as they can, you know, you can check them. You can get a daily report. How many minutes were you paused? Oh, you only worked, if let's say the report says you only worked for 20 minutes today, then you know what to do with them, you know. And you can also tell them that I can see when you are online and not online. In the proposal, I'll put a lot of the features as well of the system, but it's basically almost endless what you can do with the system. So yeah, and we've got one of the best VisiDial programmers in the country, maybe in the world, that is on our team. That's Louis, and they're from the Dago Voice. So yeah, Louis and Wesley is also my backups. Then also Rian from the voice logging company, and then also Alex in Boksburg. So yeah, if you know, I'm not available, you know, in any of them, and there's a big problem. Let's say, for instance, I'm maybe flying to Cape Town and there's a problem the day. They'll be able to phone yeah, Wesley or Louis or Rian or anybody like that. And also yeah, they've got access to all our server. We've got access to all their servers, so it's basically backup, for each other's companies. Um, then when you phone out, a lot of times on the number that you phone out, uh, the people mark it as spam on the cell phones. And so a way to get around that, maybe that's a good idea, is that we change the number maybe on a weekly or every fortnight or monthly basis. You can also have different campaigns working off different numbers, so that if a number gets flagged as spam, we could just change it for you, and we can change it every week like that maybe, and that keeps it nice and fresh. Um, so yeah, we can do it that way. Then using this system, we don't charge for concurrent lines. So you've got as many concurrent lines, so you can do as many calls as there is agents. So if you've got 100 agents on the phone, they all can phone at the same time. And at the same time, 100 people can phone in as well. So you can have 200, 300, 500 calls running at the same time on the system. It doesn't make a difference. There's no limits on concurrent calls or anything like that. Now, you are not charged for storage space of the recordings. So we don't charge, for 100,000 hours so much and these kind of things. You can save unlimited. So it's just we're never gonna remove any recordings, nothing like that. How the pricing works of the system is we charge per seat of the call center. You don't pay anything for a server, for hosting space or anything like that. We just charge a normal a rate per seat, which is 150 Rand per user per seat per month. And that is basically it. The rest, and that includes your support from our side. If we need to load up lists for you, create campaigns, anything like that, anything you battle with, maybe some extra training later on, maybe you get a new a manager or new admin person that needs to know how to work the system, and they need our help to come and show them, that will do. It's all included in that. So yeah, basically all your support, everything's included. Just the one price. There's no um, uh, lists with all these different kind of charges, a little bit for this, a little bit for that, a little bit, all these kind of things. It's a standard charge right through. Of course, on top of that is just your calls, the call usage you use per month, and that's basically it. Like I said, Louis is probably one of the best VCDAL programmers in the country, and so if you need like custom reports or anything like that later on that you feel that would help you, we've got the guy on our team to do that. There's nothing really we can't help you with on that side. So yes, this will then basically be an all-in-one hosted solution for your communications and call center. You can log in at any time from any remote location, to see the stats, listen to recordings, just to manage the system. And yes, thank you very much.